James Southern, Walker Stewart here on the call here tonight. It is Dragonslayer Pro Crucible heading into what is set to be our semi-main event of the evening. Yes, folks, you heard it right. And a match that fans here in Texas have not just seen once, not just seen twice. This is the 7th singles encounter between these two men. A 4-2 record that's going to go in the favor of this man right here, Exodus Prime. And that gives his opponent, Kari Wright, something to fight for to even those standings up. It is Chapter 7 of X versus Kari. Take this all the way back to the beginning of Exodus Prime and Kari Wright's careers back in DFW All-Pro Wrestling Academy. It's where you're going to see some of the top independent wrestling stars trained here in the state of Texas. Kari Wright and Exodus Prime have never been on the same side of the equation ever since they first made their pro wrestling debuts back in the year of 2019 and 2020 respectively. And now we head into yet a 7th singles matchup, and this bad blood can only boil over so long before the pot gets too hot.
Veteran edge of Exodus Prime, though it's only a year in wrestling can be an eternity for what you have learned, who you have come across, and so far it has allowed Exodus to take the advantage, but Kari Wright has a new level of confidence. Every time I see this man, he has improved and he knows it. Now he's looking to prove that he has not only gotten on the same level as Exodus Prime, that he has surpassed it. Men ready for that bell to sound, ready to do battle once again. You know this has to be a very familiar feeling, locking up and feeling each other out. Mentioned this is the 7th singles matchup between these two. Now they have to be very familiar with each other. They have to be almost one step ahead of each other.
You know, I gotta ask you on that exact note, James, you know, knowing this is the 7th singles match that these two have had on record here, not just in the state of Texas, but in all of professional wrestling, what is the key to victory tonight? Do you try and get the quick jump on your opponent, try and end this one as early as possible, or do these two have to outlast one another to walk away with the win?
We've seen quick matchups between these two where somebody got that freak victory. We've seen them go the distance. I feel like the element of surprise is your only advantage. These two have been in deep waters. They know what they can do. The only hope you have is break out something unexpected that your opponent hasn't seen from you yet.
And there have been a lot of differences for these two men over the past 5-6 years of their professional careers. First met in singles competition back in November of 2020, VIP Proving Grounds back in Haltom City, and it was Kari Wright that got the better of Exodus Prime the first time, but that cannot be said at the next 2 times, and even the last 2 times, most recent back February of this year, that they faced off in singles. That's Exodus Prime with a 1 count here tonight. And many times over, it has been Exodus Prime with the 3. 4 times out of the 7.
Trying to get out of that, losing a bit of a stump in his way, if you will. but tonight is the perfect night. The Ridglea Theater, the perfect venue to turn things around and capitalize and gain yet another victory over Exodus Prime.
And Prime right off the middle rope. Prime dropped out, cover here, and it is 2 only for Exodus Prime. You know, a lot of changes, not only in career standing, but in physicality, some added weight to Exodus Prime, a lot of strength that has been built up over the past 5 years. Meanwhile, a lot of weight cut by Kari, Wright, a lot of speed added to the game. It is constant evolution for these two men in the sport, and they're only going to level one another up as time goes on.
And that is the early stages of your career in wrestling. You've got to feel out what works. Do you need to put on that size? Is quickness and speed going to be your game? Both of these men trying to find that magic key that gets them to the top of the pro wrestling game.
It is Kari Wright. Up and down, off the knee, the cover, and 2 only, says Kari Jai. Multiple battles for the Metroplex Wrestling Addicts Championship. A battle in the past for the MPX heavyweight title. Met as recent as March of this year, a little over a month ago, back in 3-way competition in Metroplex Wrestling for the MPX title down over in Bedford, Texas. That is the last time these two men got their hands on one another. And well, some might feel that it hasn't been long enough.
And though that might give you somewhat of an opportunity to feel out your opponent, having a third man in there completely throws your game off. Now we're back to that one-on-one, that mano-y-mano competition where we find out who the better athlete is right here in the center of the squared circle. Kari letting that little bit of frustration get to him. We're still fairly early in this contest. You can't be allowing Exodus Prime's willpower to get in your head this early.
Shut up.
And it is Kari Wright that looks to be advantageous at this point. Something to fight for. Won't even up the record here tonight, but is going to have to get one step closer. That is if he's not rocked by Exodus Prime. And that mass exodus can come absolutely from out of nowhere, any point, any time in Prime's career. Has won him many a championship across the state.
Now we're seeing vintage Exodus Prime here. Inside out across the body of Kari Wright. Now returning the favor is Kari.
Oh, wait a minute. Up on the shoulder, and yeah, that's a great way to create that separation. Barrage of offense here from Kari Wright.
Kari showing he's got strength and strikes into the cover. Almost 3. Even more frustration there for Kari.
Are you sure? I'm sure. Are you positive? Shoulder wasn't up, it was 2.
Kari locked in, laser focused, but you have to physically stay on top of your opponent. Every moment that Exodus Prime can breathe, he can scheme, he can come up with a plot of how he's gonna regain control.
I hear you. Why them choose that now? Why them choose that?
Camel clutch
Nah, don't start now. Nah, don't start.
Pushing down on the back of Exodus Prime. X has freed himself from the pressure. Kari's still in close contact. Separation is what allows momentum to change. X just hasn't gotten enough to swing that momentum yet, but this could be his opportunity.
Shot after shot after shot. Kari's trying to take it.
He's seen this before, though. And he's got an answer for it. To the middle. Spinning out, but got caught by Exodus Prime. Exodus Prime, though, crawling to get Kari Wright, but Kari has been in this predicament before. He knows you cannot be pinned if you are outside the ring. Kari would rather be counted out than face face a pinfall loss to Exodus Prime. But Kari's still fighting. He's not just gonna take that loss. He's gonna do everything he can to stop it, but keep your eyes on Exodus Prime, the human torpedo outside of the ring with the suicide dive. Exodus right back in control here. He slithers in behind Kari. Freight train is rolling. Those clotheslines in the corner, sandwiching Kari between the weight of Exodus Prime and the turnbuckle. Dragon suplex. Prime back to his feet. Kari on pure adrenaline. Backbreaker by Exodus into the cover. 1, 2. Only 2 count, says our official Manny Solis. He's right there on top of the action. Kari got that shoulder up at the last possible second. Exodus now calling for it. Signaling for Kari to rise to his feet. Up and out, going for that cutter again, but got caught. That reverse atomic drop landing on the knee of Kari Wright. He had something in mind. X able to drop down, use his leverage to pull Kari over. Obvious poke to the eyes there by Kari, being reprimanded by Manny Solis, our official for this contest. Big kick there by Kari. Kari dropping him across the knee to almost. I thought Kari had that there. Exodus in a precarious position. That was a massive opportunity for Kari Wright. We've seen that frustration already, but now he's got to truly be questioning himself. Does he have the strength to hit that maneuver again? Is there something else he can pull out from his bag of tricks to possibly defeat Exodus Prime? Got Exodus hooked. Perhaps an inverted. Oh, Exodus Prime rolls through into a pinning predicament here. Only a 2 count. Big knee there. Exodus is stunned. Down almost into a pinning predicament, but Kari applying the Go-Go Plata choke here. Some MMA stylings from Kari Wright. Exodus forcing him to break up that hold by getting into the pinning predicament there. Caught by Exodus Prime. Kari, he's in dangerous position. Final Exodus into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Exodus Prime racks up another win, extending his record to 5-2 against Kari Wright. What an impressive showing by the final boss, the one true final boss, rallying just when you think you have him beat. That extra health bar shows up, and Exodus Prime picks up the win.
I'm in a war with strong